Welcome to the channel. Jaden Chase. If you're new, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Now, it is being alleged that two ministers out of the Holness-led administration, both the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, are involved in what could be considered as corruption after what took place recently with one of the bosses of SSL, or former bosses of SSL, and what has been recently exposed about campaign donations. Of course, I'm going to hear what is being said, and then you're going to continue the reason. Of course, I want to look and listen.
Because it's something I had publicly answered previously in a radio interview just a few weeks ago, that the campaign is a Jamaican campaign funded by the government of Jamaica. No other government has contributed any finances to this campaign. It is Jamaican. And my travel is absorbed within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that has a budget for these things, as I've been blending the campaign along with work that I would normally do as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. So we will report on the expenditure after the campaign, because it's a little early in the stage to do so now. But there are no secrets. There's no attempt to hide anything. And, you know, I hope people will not seek to characterize it that way.
And politicians.
The minister, when she made that statement, the tape that you played, she was not transparent. She was not open. She was not fully honest. It's true that the government of Jamaica financed the campaign to the tune of 18 point something million dollars, and then spent another $24 million for them to go to Kigali, a grand total of $43 million. It's true the government did that. But what she failed to tell you is that 2 months prior, she was already receiving gifts as a result of what corporate Jamaica paid to Fin Partners to provide to her. She didn't mention that. And Fin Partners, they are required by law to file a report with the US government under the penalty of perjury, meaning if them lie, they're going to be prosecuted. Fin Partners is a reputable company, been in business for decades. They have no reason to lie. Fin Partners said there that they were representing Kamina Johnson-Smith. And by the way, they filed this with the Department of Justice on June 6th of last year, right? Before the election in Kigali. And what's interesting here is that they said that they began working, based on their paperwork, they began working with the minister on April 22nd of 2022, and that there was a contract that was signed on April 26th, 2022. So what they're telling us in this filing is that the minister was receiving benefits in the form of PR work, public relations work, for her to get the job as Secretary General of the Commonwealth. She was already getting those services back in April. Keep that in mind. April. Now, June, what did she say? She said the government of Jamaica. She didn't mention nothing. And then hold on 1 second. I'm not done yet. Hold on. There's another document here. On August 7th, 2022, the Minister of Information, Minister Morgan, was interviewed on Nationwide Radio. And he said, he was asked this question by Mr. Brooks. He was asked, the question was, because he wouldn't tell them who the private financiers of the campaign. He wouldn't tell them. He said, I can't tell you that's a private contract between this and that, blah, blah, blah. Then the interviewer said, so they reached out to the government to support the government's efforts, yes? And then the minister said, and we told them that we would be very happy if they would assist. That means that they've never started assist yet. That means that they were already negotiating with the government of Jamaica about financing this thing. So everybody knew what was going on. Everybody knew. So the idea that the minister would come now and say that it's the government of Jamaica financing her campaign, when say that in June, when she was already receiving benefits from April, she received benefits from April, May, June, because you know why? Fin Partners said that they have a schedule. They put everything inside there that they were providing. So they were working with her in April, May, and June. So for her to come in June and didn't mention it, that's not being open. That's not being honest. That's not being transparent. That's not being accountable. Shame on you, madam.
Master Clark, Nigel, come here, come here, come here. And you say Mark Golding a Master Mark, and you say it never racial. So me I say tonight, Master Clark, you make me a ponder and I wonder. Master Clark, apparently the government have no teeth for them big man here in this country. Only the year we're going today in the court. The court ordered, lifted the injunction on Exp0sed. So all of Exp0sed assets them Jamaica. Everything what Exp0sed have. Hey. See the Jamaica. Because according to the judge, there is no evidence, my nation, my country. According to the judge, I TikTok share the live here, come me go bust up some liberty on TikTok shortly. Share there's a live there. So apparently the judge said there is no evidence to implicate. There is no evidence that suggests that Exp0sed is aligned to the skullduggery, the fraud, donor, the scam, the frefre, the fufu, the boo-boo. So because of that now the judge said Jamaica, I now call the judge name come, me no know for me me I go in front her when time come. But the judge said Jamaica, how you know hear me tell him say Bangaranga go on in this country. Me not tell say Bangaranga go on in this country. So me want to ask you tonight, Jamaica. I want to ask you in the interest of the 9,000 people where put them money in a SSL. I want to ask tonight, where is legislation? You're saying there is no evidence to substantiate that Exp0sed is involved. But me want to ask you this, Jamaica. If you give a man your money, and the man is the owner of that company, I'm going to ask it again, Jamaica. Cause look like them think the whole with the back of the class and are not subject, you know. If you give a man your money,
talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Now, of course, government corruption is something talked about right across the globe. Locally, in the few instances where we have seen elected officials actually charged and criminal charges brought against them, we have yet to see a verdict, despite MOCA themselves conducting investigations into elected officials, bringing charges against them, and even a trial being put in place. To date, there has been no verdict, no convictions. So of course, this subject matter is of course an important subject matter, not only for elected officials, but also for the population, citizens who elect these elected officials. And now, with all of this taking place, while polls are shifting in the favor of the opposition, and definitely something where the party in power are going to look into. Or will it already been rumored that the party in power and supporters and even some members believe that if any type of election was called, based on all the policies, new policies being put in place, based on the opinions of the people, based on what the polls itself are show, the administration in power might not win. So there's a new situations taking place now with new ministers. They might have said, boy, their situations might put the party itself in a negative light. Law enforcement has also stated that their individuals are clients from SSL who have still not given statements. Like, them probably just don't really care at this point. Some are also wondering if that is the same situation with Usain Bolt. And one of the reasons why wouldn't they ever really hear Bolt make any more mention about what take place. Even these individuals believe that the money just gone. Talk to me in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, just pass through, click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon. And of course, put it on all. And this is how you know will be notified of all fresh content. As soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. Tell a friend, tell them sister and brother them for check out your channel, check out the reasoning, and also join the discussion. I want to tell the reason again. My sentiments for you and yours is of course want to live, love, and prosper. For stay tuned.